Yo, 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 it's D.Arthur in the building. Give it up, give it up. It's D.Arthur. You already know who it is. Speaking to you guys today about people who notice something different about you on retention. They'll notice something different about you on retention because one, you're more focused. This is the number one thing that happens to you when you go on semen retention. You're going to become more focused. You're going to be more precise. You're going to be more intentional. You're going to be more charismatic. You're just going to be your full stack authentic version. And people will find this very, very intriguing about you. You're going to be the hottest topic, the trending topic. The way you walk, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, the person you're becoming, and how people look at you all will change. You're gonna have confidence. This is the number one thing, is confidence. Confidence and focus. You're gonna be confident. You're going to be present. This is a super big thing, because when you go on PMO, you're less present. If you wanted to get anywhere with a girl, anywhere in life, you just want to feel at ease, number one thing you can do for yourself is being present. Because when you're present, it's just easier for you to do things, because you're less in your head. You're definitely less in your head. And when you're less in your head, it just means that you can get things done. You can get things done a lot easier. See, the thing is, when you're more present, you're more authentic. And once you're more authentic, it just means that you're in the present moment and you're more at flow, and things will start being attracted to you 10 times as easy. If you're on PMO, if you're consistently relapsing, it's harder to attract things in your life, because you feel as if there's going to be some sort of resistance. So be present, be at ease, and people will notice something different about you. If you go on retention and if people haven't seen you in 6 months, they're going to notice that you probably look more attractive, because retention makes you a little bit more physically attractive. And like I said, you're more at ease with your life. You're more at ease with your life. And like I said, people will notice this on a core level, that you're becoming someone who's quote unquote dangerous. People will look at you double times, maybe even 3 times. They start noticing something's different about you. Maybe it's how you walk, maybe it's what you say, maybe it's your vibration, maybe it's your consciousness. How you approach things is your consciousness. What you believe to be true is your consciousness, and you're going to be operating at a higher consciousness when you go on retention, because you're going to be more optimistic. You're not going to think like the next person. See, the thing is, people who aren't on retention, people who have bad habits, who are not connecting to their highest version, they're going to have a more of a pessimistic perspective on life, and this will show in their results. We had someone say, someone was saying, in terms of dating and stuff, like lower your standards so you can attract someone who's in your league. And this is some very piss poor language, because the thing is, if you're lowering your standards, you have to increase your effort instead of lowering your standards. Increase your efforts. Think harder. Like Andrew Yang said, make America think harder. A majority of people need to start thinking harder. Think a bit harder. Think, get connected to your highest version. Get connected to your higher self, and start connecting the dots. A lot of things aren't as hard as you think they are. A lot of things are connected. You just have to find out, and you're more naturally going to be able to do this when you retain, when you meditate, when you don't come to conclusions so quickly, and you can finally think. Meditation is very important because it actually gives you the ability to think. It gives you time to think. Once you start being really good at thinking, you have a lot of things figured out. Your problems are going to be a lot less. The thing is, people just dilute themselves with, like I said, bad habits, bad food, bad entertainment, and then they haven't entered a realm of consciousness that can help them solve problems. Albert Einstein said you can't solve a problem with the same consciousness that created the problem. This is true. You have to start thinking different. You have to feel your way through life. You have to increase your intuition. You're going to be ascended in a higher state of mind. You're going to be very light on your feet. You're going to be more at ease. You know everything is taken care of. You are a child of the Most High, so everything will be taken care of. You'll no longer live in anxiety. You no longer live in desperation. You are connected to your highest version. All things are going to be figured out. All things are going to be connected. So there's no need for you to worry. Like I said, you're vibrating at a higher state of consciousness, meaning the problems that someone else perceives and the problems that you perceive are totally two different things. You have a more optimistic point of view. You actually are intending the good news. Your subconscious belief is all things work out for you. This is what you've believed over time, and now you have no choice but to attract all things working out for you. This is just as easy it is. Now, some people are not going to think, oh, that's not how that works. And the thing is, the reason why that doesn't work is because you just said it doesn't work. Whether you think you can, whether you think you can't, you are right. Change the way you speak. Change the way you think. Change, before you make any conclusions, come from a very neutral point of view on all things. This is how you've realized that you've gone into a different realm of thinking. Because if you can look at things from a neutral perspective without making any judgments, then you have the upper hand in any situation. This is how people solve problems, from coming from a neutral perspective on life. So the thing is, a lot of people just have preconceived ideas of certain things. They have preconceived ideas of certain things, and that affects their decision making. But like I said, if you can come from a perspective of being neutral at things, then you will have the upper hand. And semen retention helps you finally do this. Semen retention plus meditation helps you do this. Semen retention plus meditation helps you do this a lot. From the day you were a child to your adolescence, there was a lot of poured down beliefs that you subconsciously took in. And if you're not aware of these beliefs, they are going to be your natural default reality. So you're going to have certain judgments about things without even your own doing. These are all passed down beliefs. These are all beliefs that were passed down to you. And if you're not aware of this, they're going to be your ideals. This is just what happens when you grow up. And it's mostly influenced by the people around you. So in order to shift from this point of view in life, you have to be aware of this. And then you have to be neutral. You have to meditate. You have to let the thoughts, the opinions pass and come from a neutral standpoint. This is how you begin to become enlightened. This is how you begin. This is how you begin to become your greatest version. Because if, like I said, if you do not have an opinion about things, you're coming from a neutral perspective, you can actually think the best way possible. But if you have preconceived ideas of specific things, then you'll always have an opinion that may not even be yours. It's just subconscious brought to you. Like I said, increase the effort and don't lower the standards. Increase the effort. Think harder. Learn more. Use your creativity. People aren't creative because they relapse, and then their cognition, their memory, their creativity goes down the drain. It goes down the drain. They don't want to go deep. They want to take the shallow way out. They want to get to the perspective that everyone has. They're not willing to take risks. They're not willing to go all in. And this shows in the results. And this is why they're pessimistic. Being pessimistic is the worst thing you can do, because you're not even allowing positivity to enter in your life. You're already limiting yourself based off how you think before anything happens. So come from a neutral standpoint on life. Entertain things. Let things work itself out. Never be discouraged. Let things work itself out, and you're going to thank yourself later. People will notice that you're different. You no longer have opinions of things. You're from a neutral standpoint. You no longer are affected emotionally by things. You're living from a neutral standpoint. You're not affected. You're indifferent. You're practicing stoicism. You're becoming powerful being on retention, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Nothing can affect you anymore. People's opinions can't affect you. Things can't affect you as much. You're ascended. You're in an ascended plane. You're living in a higher vibration. Things are starting to work itself out for you. You're letting things finally work themselves out. You're no longer affected by things that may look like disaster on the physical plane. You realize that there is a spiritual plane. You realize that there is a law of gestation. You realize that your subconscious is allowing the things that you want. You no longer have resistance. The number one thing that you can do to hurt yourself is to have resistance. Let things work out. Realize at the bottom of your heart that things will always work out for you, and you just have to let things develop. But the thing is, people come to conclusions way too quick. They get discouraged way too quick. They get discouraged way too quickly. This is how they're living lives of quiet desperation. But if you're aware of this and you let things play out, people will definitely notice that you're becoming someone who's wiser, more stoic, more indifferent, and just a happier, creative version. And people are always going to be wondering how things always work out for you, how things are always working out for you. But you realize that things are already meant to work out for you. You just have to let them develop. And with that being said, I'm out. Like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to get an X back, there's a free guide. There's a guide down below, which it's not free. You might have to make a small payment, but I mean, it really helps you, consults you with advice that you can start doing right now to get your X back if that's what you want. With that being said, like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.